All right, guys, I want your opinion on this one. Whether you agree or disagree, I would appreciate if you put your perspective in the comments. I love your guys' feedback. Again, doesn't matter if you agree or disagree. I just like the conversation, the fact that we can have a civil one. So totally would appreciate if you would comment below. All right, welcome to Sunday. We're going to be talking about them in a minute. Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen. How do you know? How do you know I'm Michael Allen? Are you sure? I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. TravelCostaRicaNow.com is a travel agency, so go to TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Fill out the 4-minute form, and you'll be that much closer to the vacation of a lifetime. We're like you. Where are you? You, having best friends who live in Costa Rica, who know Costa Rica, totally hooking up your Costa Rica vacation. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you did. It really does help. YouTube doesn't care though. If you want to see our videos as we put them up, you've got to hit the notification bell. And if you appreciate all our content, videos like this, I put up some expat videos earlier this week, travel tips, living here stuff, medical stuff. You can certainly donate. I don't have Patreon, but you can go to travelcostaricanow.com. On the left, you can hit the donate button. It'd be totally appreciated. All right, I try to act like nobody's ever seen one of my videos. So first, I'm just going to briefly tell you, what is the Tico Times? The Tico Times came out in 1956. It was a paper, and it's a gringo. It was for gringos that either lived in Costa Rica who were interested in Costa Rica abroad, and they would get shipped their paper like once a week. And it would just kind of keep you up on some of the stuff that was going on in Costa Rica. Now, personally, I think that agenda's changed a little bit, but about 9 years, we'll get into that in a second, but about whenever it was, they got smart, got rid of the paper, and went digital. But again, it's basically, people like me read it because it's, my Spanish sucks and it's in English, all right? So that's what the Tico Times is. So before we get started, I got to tell you about my thought process and how I make a lot of my videos, especially if it's a matter that I really need to think on. So 5 or 6 days, which I'm going to show you the article. 5 or 6 days ago, this article came out, and as soon as I read it, I was pissed. I was ready. I was ready to make a video right then. I'm going to burn these bitches, and I'm going to do a deep dive on everything wrong with the Tico Times, and I was pissed. But I'm older, hopefully, a little wiser, hopefully, and I realize I can't do that, and I have to think about it, and usually I lay in bed at night for hours. How am I going to approach this? What angles am I going to do? How do I want to get my point across in a civil manner without getting all crazy? Because my first thought is going off, and I have to get way past that. So it took me 5 or 6 days to whittle this down. We'll see how I did. You may still disagree with me, but I think I can get my point across a little better than than burn the bitches, right? All right, so this is the Tico Times. I just want to just show you a couple things. This is the front page. This says top news. I think anytime you see the word news, I think unconsciously you think, well, this is factual, this is unbiased, and it's just in the back of your head. You don't notice it, but it's I think an unconscious feeling. All right, this is their top. I'm not sure why Patagonia's are top news, but whatever. Now, first of all, I should say that I think anybody knows. I mean, if you're familiar with media in any form, I think, or the Tico Times specifically, the Tico Times exists to make ad revenue. I mean, come on. And there's nothing wrong with that. I want to make sure I'm clear on that. There's nothing wrong with making money. They probably have a much better business model than I do, because I give out free information way too much. But anyway, so it exists for ad revenue, and it also exists to bring gringos here, whether it's through vacation, for a vacation, but better yet, to live here. Because if you notice, most of their advertisements is how to find an immigration lawyer, how to get residency, all kinds of stuff about real estate. And that's who they're catering to. That's where the money's going to come in, So I got no problem with that. So let's scroll down. So there's no beat, there's no beat reporter knocking on doors there's no deep dive stories here. They tend to be, there's a lot of fluffy articles. There's a lot of, they talk a lot about, like, there's Guatemala. They'll talk about what's going on in Nicaragua. But they're not going super negative on Costa Rica. You know, they outline maybe some of the bigger stories, even if they tend to be negative about Costa Rica, but they kind of gloss over it, and there's, again, no deep dives. And again, that's fine. That's fine. They're not, you know. Okay, so let's scroll down. Now see, like this, what are 8 of the most popular foods in Costa Rica? Hey man, I clicked on that. I wanted to know what they thought. I did click on that. I don't normally click on the sports stuff and news, because I know if you really want the news here, I think most people that live here would know, you got to go to La Nacion, which is, you know, but that's Spanish. You got to know Spanish for that. But that's going to give you more of the everyday, you know, who got murdered, you know, car crash, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So again, not too much negativity. Okay, so here's my article right here. Let's click on it. All right, why is Costa Rica so attractive with inflation? With inflation and high housing prices in the U.S. Okay, here's my pet peeve, and this is I got so pissed when I read this article, because all of this is a ad disguised as a story. This is a real estate ad, but you don't know that. Remember back in the day in magazines and newspapers where somebody would take a full page ad out and you'd read it, but it looked like a story. And I think obviously something went wrong with that, and they had to start saying this is an advertisement. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Well, I would have no problem if they said this is an advertisement. Okay, good, fine. But they mask it. This is a total real estate ad. I do want to read you. I will put the link to this article if if you want to read it on your own and to check it out and see what you think. But all right, I do want to read you the last paragraph right here. An impeccable reputation, one of the best he's talking about Costa Rica, one of the best year-round climates with lack of air conditioning or heat in the Central Valley, excellent and affordable health care, friendly, fun-loving people, inexpensive living once you get settled, good communication systems for business or staying in touch with loved ones abroad, low home taxes and no threat of terrorism or domestic violence. I'm not sure what that domestic violence is doing in there, are major factors that combine to drive the local housing market. Okay, great. But again, this is an ad. Now, you might go, well, Michael, you kind of do the same thing. You promote Costa Rica. I'm going to say, no, I don't. No, I do not do. I don't give up. I say it all the time. I don't give a fuck if you move here or not. I make all kinds of videos. Matter of fact, even in this video, I'll have a list in the description of 10 videos of Is Costa Rica Right For You? And now, if he was to say, maybe he puts a link to, here's some issues. I don't know. Here's some issues with Costa Rica. I just would wish this was more fair and balanced. It is not. I could personally debate everything he said there. Almost everything, except for it is true. The Central Valley has got the best climate. So he's right on that. But I could definitely debate the healthcare and give some perspective to that. Friendly, fun-loving people, I could give perspective of that. Inexpensive living once you get settled, well, that's all relative. I can talk about all this stuff. And I do. So I just don't like that if you don't know. I can see somebody reading this go, honey, we got to check out Costa Rica. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this article. Well, and then this guy, Christopher Howard, come to find out, yes, he's been here a long time. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. He gives relocation tours. Ah, that's so crazy. Let's talk to him because he seems to know what he's talking about. So all this back and forth, there's a lot of back scratching going on this on the Tico Times. This guy, Christopher Howard, writes a lot for him, and it's always the article's always about checking him out eventually. So about real estate, honey, I love it. Oh, look at this guy. He does relocation tours. We should go check it out. And then he gets you in the van and he's got to be showing you some real estate. Other things. I know a lot of people, you know what, I'm not really cutting on that because, those relocation tours, although I do mine a little different, I totally understand some people need handheld and, all that. So, but anyway, that's my pet peeve, and they do it too much. They do a lot of these ad story things a lot here. All right, man, that's it. That's why I get a little pissed because, you know, again, if you don't know, you could be caught off guard because you know what? Here's the thing. Costa Rica is not for everybody. There's a lot of other places, you know, Nicaragua, Panama, Ecuador, you know, a lot of other places. Costa Rica is not for everybody. And I think that should be in the article somewhere. I think there should be links to other perspectives or it should be said in here. But this is such... Ugh. Anyway, guys... Hey man, you like the Tico Times? I look at it. I look at it. Check it out. I like the 100 ways to use avocados. All right, man. Do you read it? I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody that just didn't really know what the Tico Times was, so you could kind of beware and be warned when you're reading this kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Travel. Oh my God, I was going to say the beginning. I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps. Things are going to pop up, man. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, always do your homework and research. And if it is about Costa Rica, I would actually suggest my videos over the Tico Times. What do you think about that? And it's going to pop up, so you can watch this video or that video. Ciao.